What's up everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving into a blockbuster trade scenario that's been floating around the rumor mill, one that could seriously shake up the AFC. We're talking about the Cleveland Browns potentially sending cornerback Greg Newsome II to the Jacksonville Jaguars in a deal that would bring Tyson Campbell to Cleveland, along with a swap of draft picks. This is a fascinating what-if that has major implications for both teams. So let's break it down, piece by piece. First, let's set the stage. Why would a trade like this even be on the table? For the Cleveland Browns, it's a matter of both scheme fit and contract management. They have one of the league's truly elite defenses under coordinator Jim Schwartz, built around the relentless pass rush and aggressive man-to-man coverage on the outside. Denzel Ward is the undisputed CB1, a lockdown corner who thrives on an island. Martin Emerson Jr., with his size and physicality, has proven to be a perfect fit as the other outside corner. This has left Greg Newsome, a former first-round pick, primarily playing in the slot. While he's been solid there, it's widely believed that his best position is on the boundary. Paying a premium for a player who isn't being utilized in his optimal role, especially with his fifth-year option looming, creates a financial and strategic puzzle for the Browns front office. On the other side, you have the Jacksonville Jaguars. They're in a slightly different situation. After a disappointing end to last season, their defense is looking for answers. Tyson Campbell, another former high-end draft pick, had a phenomenal 2022 season but took a step back in 2023. Partly due to injuries, the Jags' defense, under new coordinator Ryan Nielsen, is expected to feature a mix of zone and pressman coverages. While Campbell is a talented corner, there are questions about his consistency and long-term fit. The Jaguars are in a position where they might be looking to retool their secondary and acquire additional draft capital to build out their roster. A player like Newsome, who offers similar upside and perhaps a slightly different skill set, could be an intriguing option for them, especially if it means moving up in the draft. So, let's get into the nitty-gritty of the proposed trade. Greg Newsome II heads to Jacksonville, while Tyson Campbell comes to Cleveland, and the teams swap picks. Let us speculate that this involves the Browns sending a mid-round pick, along with Newsome to get Campbell, and a later-round pick back, or perhaps a more straightforward player-for-player swap with a pick adjustment based on perceived value. From the Browns' perspective, this move is all about finding the perfect puzzle piece. Tyson Campbell is, by nature, more of a true outside pressman corner. Standing at 6'1" with long arms, he has the ideal physical profile to mirror receivers on the boundary in Schwartz's system. Imagine having Denzel Ward on one side and Tyson Campbell on the other. That's a duo with immense athletic potential and the ability to lock down two sides of the field, allowing the pass rush even more time to get home. Campbell had a down year, yes, but a change of scenery, and joining a dominant defensive unit could be exactly what he needs to rediscover his 2022 form, when he looked like one of the best young corners in the league. It's a high-upside gamble for Cleveland, betting on talent and scheme fit over Newsome's proven, albeit slightly misplaced, production. Now, let's flip the script and look at it from the Jaguars' point of view. Why would they trade away a player with Campbell's ceiling? It could be a belief that a fresh start is needed for both the player and the team. If the front office has concerns about his ability to bounce back, or if they see Newsome as a more versatile and reliable asset, the move makes sense. Newsome has proven he can play both outside and in the slot, offering the Jaguars' new defensive coordinator more flexibility. He's been consistently available and has a reputation as a smart, instinctive player. By acquiring Newsome, the Jags get a dependable starter who is also on a manageable rookie contract, and if the trade includes them moving up in the draft, they gain valuable capital to address other needs, whether that's on the offensive line or in the trenches on defense. It's a move that diversifies their defensive backfield and bolsters their draft assets, which is a solid strategy for a team still building its identity under coach Doug Peterson. So, who wins this trade? Honestly, this is one of those rare scenarios where it could genuinely be a win. The Browns would be getting a player who, on paper, is a more natural fit for what their defense demands. It is an aggressive move to maximize the potential of their secondary and go all in on their championship window. They would be betting on their coaching staff and defensive culture to help Campbell reach his full potential, creating arguably the most formidable cornerback tandem in the AFC North. The risk is that Campbell's struggles continue, but the potential reward is a truly suffocating defense. For the Jaguars, they would be acquiring a versatile player in Newsome who can fill multiple roles, and they'd likely improve their draft position. This gives them immediate stability and future flexibility. They would be mitigating the risk of Campbell not returning to form while adding a player known for his football IQ and reliability. It's a slightly safer, more foundational move that aligns with a team looking to build a consistent winner. They might be sacrificing a little bit of the high-end athletic ceiling that Campbell possesses, but they're gaining a different kind of asset in Newsome's well-rounded game. Let's consider the ripple effects. For the Browns, this trade would solidify their outside cornerback spots for the foreseeable future, assuming Campbell signs an extension. It would allow them to focus their draft resources and future free agency spending on other areas, like wide receiver or the defensive line. For the Jaguars, it would immediately change the dynamic of their secondary. They could pair Newsome with Ronald Darby and their rookie draft picks, creating a competitive and versatile cornerback room. The extra draft capital could land them another key starter, accelerating their rebuild on the defensive side of the ball. Ultimately, this hypothetical trade is a classic example of teams trading from a position of relative strength to address a specific need or philosophy. The Browns have a surplus of starting caliber cornerbacks, but not all are perfect fits. The Jaguars have a talented corner who might benefit from a new environment. Swapping these players and adjusting draft capital allows both teams to take a calculated risk to improve their rosters in a way that aligns with their strategic vision. It's a bold, fascinating move that would have fans in both Cleveland and Jacksonville debating for months. Is the pure man coverage potential of Campbell worth more than the versatile, steady presence of Newsome? It all depends on what you're building. For the Browns, it's about perfecting an already great defense. For the Jags, it's about retooling for the future. What do you all think? Is this a trade you'd want your team to make? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Who do you think gets the better end of this deal? Or is it a true win? It's always fun to play Armchair GM. Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed this breakdown, make sure to hit that like button. And if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel for more in-depth football analysis. We'll see you in the next one.